the U.S. wrap up an impressive two-game stretch, beating Canada 2-0. They look amazing. They look great. Honestly, they didn't even look like they were struggling that much. It didn't look like um, the match was ever out of hand. I mean, props to Canada for getting to the final, and props to Canada for really having a better program these last few years. And they have amazing talent, namely Alphonso Davies. But the U.S. looked super superior in this game. They had the better chances, even though they did concede most of the possession. They were always the most dangerous team, and they never really looked like they were gonna lose control of the game. The U.S. are impressive, man. They are deep. This is the golden generation. This is the best generation ever for the U.S., especially with Balogun leading the front line now. Like, it's insane. He scores his first goal. Um, Reina scores two assists. We'll see what injury he picked up. I believe it's a calf injury. He was limping pretty hard afterwards in the celebrations, but hopefully it's nothing crazy and he's ready for the Gold Cup. But man, this U.S. team is so exciting. Like, you lose McKennie, Tyler Adams is not there, Dest is not there, and they don't miss a beat, man. They look good. I like what BJ Callingham did. Instead of just putting a natural center midfielder, he put Aronson. I like what this guy BJ Callingham is looking. Not gonna lie, this is the best the U.S. has looked in a long time. Like, he has this team going forward. Even when they sit back and they concede the possession to Canada, they always look dangerous. They always look like they could create a chance and go forward. And just the lineup that he set out there with Balogun, Tim Weah, Pulisic, Reina, Aronson, like that's a nice starting 11 with so many people missing out. But overall, the U.S. looked like the better team the whole game. Like I said, Canada had the possession. I believe like 69% of it or something like that, or like 62. But they never looked that dangerous. They never made Matt Turner like the hero or anything like that. They never really pressured the back line like that. But yeah, overall, the USA look really, really good. They look like the dominant team in the CONCACAF, and we'll see if they're able to carry that into the Gold Cup and into, Copa America and the World Cup. Like, this is a big, big cycle for the US with the World Cup on home soil. I know it's marketed as US, Canada, and Mexico, but for the most part, all the games are going to be in the US. Like, after the first round of the knockout stages, I believe they're all in the US. So more than anybody else, like, the US needs to get their act together and have a good team going into 2026. And I believe like they do. The depth, like Pepe looks better. Balogun leading the front line. The wingers, Tim Weah always plays good with the US. He looks like he's playing more confident than ever. Pulisic, as long as he stays healthy and he finds a club where he could play consistently, I think he'll go into the World Cup in a good form. We'll see what happens with Aronson and McKennie, and if he stays in Juve or if he goes somewhere else. Tyler Adams, we'll see what happens with him too. But it's very exciting times for the U.S. to see these young players hungry and like skilled, and they look like their potential is limitless. Like, this is very exciting times for the U.S. Super happy of what I'm seeing with the U.S. Super happy with the lineup that BJ Callahan had going out there. Super impressed with how much it looks like they're distancing themselves from the rest of the CONCACAF, especially with Mexico like on a nosedive. Canada's still trying to find their footing, still trying to see what game style suits the talent that they have the best. Very exciting times for the U.S. If you're a U.S. men's national team supporter, if you're a casual soccer fan for the U.S., this is the best time to hop in. Get in early. Don't just hop in for the World Cup in 2026. It's going to be a month-long party. And if you get in early right now, you could be the guy that during that month-long party in the U.S., you could be the guy that, has memories to track back on. Not even if it just started right now, 2023 to 2026. Hey, I saw them win the Nations League. I saw them win the Gold Cup. I saw them go to the Copa America. You could start saying, like, you could pick up little nuggets that during that month-long party in the U.S. you could drop here and there and be like, damn, this guy knows what's good. But anyways, exciting times for the U.S. Congratulations to the men's national team for winning the Nations Cup. although it's the Nations Cup is a relatively super young tournament, it does seem like the players find it important, not just in the CONCACAF side, but even in the UEFA side. Like I think it's growing in its prestige, and I like that because at the beginning of this Nations League, everyone was calling it just like glorified friendlies, which to a degree they still kind of are. But to see players really like cry and really appreciate winning this championship, it gives it a little bit more weight. So I'm happy for that. With that being said, Berhalter is back in the U.S. He's the coach, and I do not like that, man. I am not. I am one of the millions and millions of people that do not like that. Like I'm stressed out when that news dropped in the Mexico game. That was kind of heartbreaking. Not gonna lie. Like they say that they were hired a firm to do all these interviews and check out all these potential prospects, potential coaches, and they end up with him after the after the drama that he had with Reina and Pepe and like the lineup choices that he had and like the defensive, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I'm wishing for the best, but like I just can't. I don't see it. I don't see how Berhalter is a coach to lead the U.S. men's national team into this new era, into the 2026 World Cup. Like his tactics aren't even that good. His coaching style isn't even that good. As we see now with BJ Callingham having this team playing amazing, like were the results really hit Berhalter, or was it just the talent? It's so overwhelming. It's so out there that you kind of have to really go out of your way to not succeed with this team. Like it's very present. It's very, you can see it, that the talent that the U.S. has right now. It's the most talented roster that the U.S. has ever had, and I can say that like wholeheartedly. So I know the U.S. did make the 2018 World Cup. So to make the 2022 World Cup, like it should not be overlooked. But the U.S. did end up, I believe, third place in the qualifiers. Like it's not like they ran through the qualifiers. Um, it's not like they were like a world beater and we were beating every team, um, like 3-0, and that's why Berhalter should stay. Like, nah, like it was a good qualifier by no means. It was obviously better than the 2018 qualifier, but like it was nothing crazy. It was nothing special. I believe with two games left, the U.S. still had to sweat it out, or like still had to get results. Like Canada 28 points, Mexico 28, and then the U.S. 25, Costa Rica with 25. The only reason the U.S. didn't go to the playoffs for the World Cup is because they had a better goal differential. So by no means was like the last World Cup cycle like amazing. Like it was way better than the one before, obviously, because we missed the World Cup, but it wasn't like the U.S. wasn't world beater. 7 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. That's in the CONCACAF. That's nothing crazy. And the game style, like he plays too defensive sometimes. The player selection, I don't get it. I don't like. I don't mean I don't want to be a pessimist, but I feel like we're gonna go into the 2026 World Cup and we're gonna look back at this cycle and look back at the players that we had, the ages of these players, and we're gonna be like, damn, what could have happened if we had a league coach? Like, yes, Berhalter makes it to the 2026 World Cup, and we maybe get to like what, the round of 16, and or like maybe the round of 8, and we play like decent soccer, decent football. We probably won't ever see an attacking U.S. national team like we did this weekend with BJ Callingham, and we're always gonna wonder. I feel like I don't want this to be true, but I feel like this is how we're gonna feel. We're always gonna wonder, well, how far could the U.S. have gone if they had a legit world class manager, or even like a really good manager. What could he have gotten out of this team? And the way he talks in the press conference too, or hopefully we're able to unlock Reina's talent and all this. And I haven't talked to Pepe or Reina. Like, I don't know, man. Reina doesn't need someone to unlock his talent. He is a world class player. He plays for Borussia Dortmund. Like, he is a world class player. He's 20 years old. He's only gonna get better. Like, if anything, Reina should go up there and be like, I don't know, he shouldn't do that, but he should go up there and be like, hopefully this talent of players could unlock Berhalter's coaching potential. Like, if anything, he's the one that needs to, find it in himself and be a better coach and unlock his inner great coach. Like, I don't know. I'm upset. I don't like it. Like, I wanted them to hire someone else. Like, it doesn't make sense. If anything, they just wasted time, and they're wasting more time. He's not going to join the team till September. He's not going to be there for the Gold Cup. And my hope is that BJ Callingham, has a great Gold Cup, that this team looks amazing in the whole Gold Cup. And then when Berhalter takes over the team, there's a drop off. And then the U.S., directors and program look at their decision and be like, you know what, a short leash on this guy. Like, if BJ Callingham, someone that doesn't have that much coaching experience, may have them playing this good and look that great in the Gold Cup, and then you take over and it's back to this defensive, lineups and not playing players where they're supposed to, leaving Reina on the bench, you're out, man. You're out. It's time for someone else. But it is what it is. You guys let me know what you guys think about Berhalter leading the U.S. again into the next World Cup and how good the U.S. looked in the Nations Cup.